There were so many expectations in relation to the ODM party and Raila Amolo Odinga's demise. People want to see how is ODM going to be in 2027. Now, by-elections luckily came along, and people are trying to say now, how is ODM going to do its campaigns? We honestly have to state it here that ODM won the seats that they were expected to win, and that was massive. So in a nutshell, they maintained some bases strongly. When you go to Magarini, they did very well. In fact, 11,000, the next person was 5,000. That was amazing. And I'm hearing that DCP had a very good candidate, but because of the popularity of the ODM party in that particular region, they could not beat ODM. So, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, is ODM doing well? When you go to Kasipul, they did well in that they won that seat. There are allegations that they stole the elections, but I don't want to stick to that because it's yet to be confirmed by anyone, by just statements being made right, left, and center. Now, but we have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that ODM did not just field the candidates in Kasipul. They did not just field the candidates in Magarini. They did not just field candidates in Ugunja. They also presented their candidates in various parts of the country. Now, but there are things that were very weird from the entire scenario. These things are making me say that ODM has lost ground, and it is not the same again. Whether Baba was alive or not, I think ODM had started going down step by step. Why am I saying this? I'm hearing that ODM presented a candidate in Narok, and they received 200 votes. That is not ODM in Narok, the one we are used to. That is a failing ODM. So as we speak today, because ODM won the seats that they were expected to win, they should not rejoice that they are strong. But the areas where they were strong, they have lost it. Narok County, they have lost it. When it goes to Western, I'm getting that in Western Kenya, there are some candidates who were presented the ODM ticket, but they refused. Because, ladies and gentlemen, they learned the ground was not with ODM. And now they learned that it is not something they need to take up. And that is why, basically, I'm getting strongly that ODM, it is losing ground across the country. When you go to Western Kenya, who expected that in Western Kenya, where Oparanya comes from, Raila Amolo Odinga used to beat candidates there, who expected that ODM could be rejected to an extent that their aspirants there are refusing to have the ODM ticket? That is not a win for ODM party, but it's a loss and should be a worry seriously. When you look at the candidates that were very strong there, UDA and DAP, ladies and gentlemen, the ODM candidate was nowhere, which means there's a problem. It is now between UDA and DAP. Where is ODM there? ODM is being finished, not just from outside, but also from within, because now he was told to step aside. I'm suspecting probably it could have been a very serious contest to some extent if they could have also presented a candidate for the ODM party. It could have rejuvenated at least. But now you see Fernandez Baraza coming to campaign for the UDA candidate, meaning the ODM does not have ground. Probably even Fernandez Baraza in 2027 is going to vie with UDA. Because ODM is losing money, it is losing ground. Apart from that, the big region, the Gusii region now, this is where we have the ODM people, governors elected, MPs, senators. And in fact, in Nyamira, there's a time we had both the governor and the senator from ODM party. And in Kisii, the same case. Right now, the governor and the senator, all of them are from the ODM party. We have a number of members of parliament who have been elected from that particular region. But when you check across, ladies and gentlemen, you have to state it categorically that there is no single seat that was won by the ODM party in the by-elections in the Gusii region. At Nyansiongo, there was a strong candidate who was presented by the ODM party. I one time called a very senior person from the Gusii region for an interview here at Mokwa Times, but the Gusii version. This gentleman told me that they were in Nyansiongo for campaigns. That means very well they were seriously campaigning against Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i with ODM party. And they lost miserably. That shows in Kisii County and Nyamira, ODM party has lost seriously. Now, when you go to other by-elections that we had in Nyamira, that is at Kerenyo and of course Nyamaiya. In these particular elections, there were ODM candidates in Nyamaiya, but they did not front a candidate at Kerenyo. In Nyamaiya, they did campaigns. In fact, Simbarati went there and painted places there orange. But the fact remains when the elections came, his candidate lost. When you consider all these scenarios, you realize strongly that ODM is losing ground. It's not attracting people anymore. It's not attracting candidates, even those potential candidates again. People are now shifting to their regional kingpins. Some of them are shifting away from the ODM party because of simply mistake of Raila Amolo Odinga joining William Ruto. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, some of the candidates like Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i who have come up from their region. When we consider all these scenarios, I can authoritatively here say ODM won the areas it was expected to win: Magarini, Ugunja, and of course, Kasipul. But when it comes to the positions in other parts of the counties in this country where there is competition, ODM lost, and they cannot be able to revive themselves there. So when it lost in such kind of areas, it shows ODM is going down drastically. I saw Gladys Wang actually campaign in Aru County. They were with Olen Tutu, wearing coffee as ODM. And regardless of all those efforts, these people lost it. So that shows clearly that ODM is losing, and I think they need to sit down now and start crafting their game well, or probably accept the reality that without Raila Amolo Odinga, ODM is not doing well. Apart from just losing the elections outside there are three voices from the ODM party. Some of them supporting the broad-based government, some against the broad-based government. Others are neutral, trying to figure out where is the wave heading to. So in a nutshell, when you look at all those things, ODM is not doing well as we speak today. And they need to sit down and restructure themselves to be able to face William Ruto come 2027, or at least to be able to be formidable allies against President William Ruto in 2027. If they fail and indicate the way they have indicated, there's a likelihood William Ruto will dump them. I'm telling you, will dump them and invest in Mount Kenya seriously, because already Mount Kenya has indicated they can support William Ruto. Mount Kenya East, William Ruto will simply give them a party, brand them, and be able to fund Kindiki seriously. And that's how they're going to win. There's a party that will come up, and that's how they're going to win. Simply ensure they neutralize Rigathi Gachagua the way they did in the by-elections. And then fund those people seriously. Camp in those particular areas. That's how it's going to be. So the ODM party has to be very serious, prepared very well, and they have to remember one simple thing. They did not get a development in Luo Nyanza under William Ruto's regime because of begging William Ruto. No. It's through very serious competition and opposition. That is how they made sense to William Ruto. But we just singing, supporting, and then they lose the people, Gladys Wang and many others, they are going to serve. I don't know what's your take, but in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to share with me on what you think about the ODM party. I'm strongly feeling they're going down drastically, but on the comment section, I would like to see your opinions. For those who want to talk to me, my number is always on my bio. Just hit me up and let me know, Abel, this is what is happening in the ODM party. But the ODM fans, please, on the comment section, share with me on what you think about the ODM party. Thank you so much for watching my videos. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abel Mokwa.